hello. Hola, everybody. ¿Cómo estamos? Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Jam Kiske, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? How was your stream? What were you guys up to? Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Raiders. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat. Hi, Kitty. Congrats on first. Sugar Bee, congrats on second. Hello, Barry. Hello, Lily. ¿Cómo estamos? Hello, Gerald. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Karaoke, singing some love songs. Ooh, how fun. How fun. Was it like a late Valentine's stream or just like for fun? Qué chido. Qué chido. Ojalá pasaste bien. Hopefully you had a good one. For those of you guys that don't know, welcome in, Raiders. My name is Shoji Pili. I'm Aztec. Aztec. Hello. Aztec of Flowers, music, and pleasure here to make your day or night a little bit brighter. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Late Valentine's? Yes, dude. I hope it went well. I love songs. Hello, Seaver. Hello, Ruda. Hello, Xian. Hello, Dria. ¿Cómo estamos? Welcome in, everybody. Oh, another day, another Zala. You know how it is. Another day, another dollar. By the way, Raiders, if you need to raid and run, I completely understand. Go ahead and take care of yourself. Do your post-stream aftercare. Get some water, food, whatever you needed to do. But otherwise, you're more than welcome to stay. I have a lot of energy today. How was your day? It was really good. It was really, really good. I lied. I don't know how my day was. It was a blur. I didn't go to work today. It was raining. I wanted to check out a new coffee shop. It was closed. So I walked in the rain for like 2 blocks trying to find it. So then I went to an old coffee shop and I had coffee to finish off my slides for today. And then cleaning, cooking. Yes, I do the cooking. Yes, I do the cleaning. Editing. Honestly, I feel like it was busier than a normal work day, but with less interactions. So here we are. Yeah, that was it. And then preparing stuff for this week's streams, for everything that we're gonna be doing this week. Toda madre. So seems like a good day. It was a busy day. It was raining like a motherfucker before I started the stream. Like, you could hear the rain in the background through the microphone. So I'm glad it's kind of calmed down. I'm hoping it doesn't fuck with my internet. I think that's what happened last time during that collab. That caused my internet to explode. Confused Toaster with the 20 stream streak. How did I get here? Living up to the name. I love it. 80 stream streak. Sugar Bee. Over 2 months, girl. We here like clockwork, dude. That's crazy. Let's go. Big wins for so many people. Big wins for Sochi Nation. Some of you guys are gonna reach 100 stream streak, dude. That's crazy. Some of you guys are pushing 100. How does that make you feel, dude? Rainy days at a coffee shop are some of the coziest. They were really nice. I had me just a café con leche. I didn't want to leave my bed. I love the cold rain, so cozy. It was so cozy. Dude, my ass was up at 7. I do not remember why. Why was I up at 7? Sochi thing. Why were you up at 7? Oh, I had to edit a video. To get it up in time. Oh man, I'm losing my mind, bro. Don't jinx me. I'm gonna get there, mama. I believe. It's supposed to snow here. Damn, bro. It's barely getting colder. It's actually pretty fucking close today. Cold. Taking notes for the lesson. Let's go. Yes, we got a lesson today. Now we're gonna be doing some educational stream in a little bit. But I need to get my chat out, dude. I feel like I'm hyper. Talking 25 million billion trillion miles an hour, dude. It's a beautiful 60 degrees here today, and we'll be 30 by the weekend. God damn. Below freezing. That's crazy. Yeah, I think it's probably like 50 here right now, but it's kind of chilly for the first time in this house because this house is normally pretty warm, especially my room, because it doesn't have good circulation. And like I have to close the door. And like I have my PC here spitting out hot air, and then me also spitting out more hot air. So we just kind of like, it's like a convection oven. So the more I talk, the more it gets hot. And I cracked the window to like kind of let it breathe a bit, you know. On Socialize Sochi, what are you preparing for us this week? Good question. Let me show you guys. Here, let me hide the VP for a little bit. Let me scoot my ass wrong way. Hello. Yes, dude. All right. Here's our schedule for the week. So a lot of fun stuff. Really cool art by NECA. right? Really cool art right there. Love to see it. Train, can you off, bro? Come on now, I'm trying to talk. Got my electric blanket out because I'm chilly, dude. That sounds actually cozy right now. We got a really cool week this week actually. So it'd be Ruda. Let's go. Your art's so good, honestly. But yeah, so that's the art for this week. As far as what we're gonna be doing, let me scoot this over, have a little bit of a better look, make it a little bit smaller so it fits better. Myoji, my love, ¿cómo estás? Welcome in, dude. Welcome in. Can I get a shout out from Myoji-kun, the handsome, talented singer Myoji-kun in the chat right now, who is quitting his job tomorrow based off of a DM, by the way? That was insane. That was insane, bro. Dude, that went crazy. That was crazy. I saw the picture he posted, and he asked Term. He said A or B, or like 1 or 2 or something, and then Term said 1. He's like, all right, I'm quitting my job. Dude, honestly, base, bro. Fucking happy for you. Happy for you. God damn, man. So happy for you. It wasn't edited at all, I swear. You see that, and then you're probably seeing things, dude. I respect it, bro. I respect it. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. Happy for you, though. Happy for you. The job gone. Fucking reduced to cinders. Honestly, slay. Yes. Honestly, slay. Absolute slay. Call this guy Santa, the way that he slay for real. No, but happy for you, man. Happy for you. Hopefully you can do more stuff that you want to do now. It's time for my sweaty gamer era. Dude, we can sweat together. We can sweat together. So that the drops drip, like for me, they drip off my hand, down my arm, and then we're holding hands. So it drips from my arm onto your hand, and then defies gravity and goes up your arm to your forehead and gets absorbed into your brain. Then we water the flags. That's nasty. What do you mean? Salty lake between them hands? True, true. That's a complicated pathway. It is. You have a way with words. Thank you. Thank you, mate, at your service. I consider myself a wordsmith, really. Honestly. I'm like the modern day Shakespeare, but better. You know, more creative. It is what it is. Wait, did Chaya? Droplets! Oh my god, I didn't even see you. Chaya, ¿cómo estás? I was looking at your stream earlier, chat. Yeah, if you guys don't know Chaya, please check them out. Super talented artist. Super talented artist. Fellow Aztec VTuber. So please check Chaya out. They just did a stream earlier where they're drawing, adding to the codex, which is really cool. Their art style is awesome. For those of you guys that don't know, they designed Maku Alter, Maku Alter, Sochi Alter, or as you guys know him as Maku. So please go support Chaya as well. Creative definitely is a way to describe it. I honestly, creative doesn't cover it, but fuck, you know, it is what it is. He spoiled it? What do you mean spoiled? You guys know this. You guys know this. Maku was on stream with us yesterday. It is Sochi Alter. That's his other name. The design. Yes, dude. Her streams are so much fun. So please support Chaya. Please support Chaya. All right. When are we getting another Sochi Alter stream? We'll see. We'll see. That boy's trouble. That boy's nothing but trouble. He likes to cause problems wherever he goes. What do you mean he was here yesterday? Was it yesterday? Was it Sunday? No, it was Saturday. No, it was Friday. It was Valentine's Day. He was here Saturday. He was here Saturday. I killed him on Friday. No, I killed him on Sunday. Dude, I'm tweaking out. I'm tweaking out. I need my Kamiyoshi. Look no further. You what? You killed my husband? Look. I just do what must be done. All right? I just do what must be done. He'll be back. Where's my fucking water. Agua! ¿Dónde estás? Oh, here it is. He'll be back. He'll be back. That's why we got the floor tortas diarrhea. Look, I'll take tortas anywhere, bro. I'll take them on the floor. I'll take them on the table. I'll take them on the... All right, so anyways, next week's schedule is going to be a crazy week. We have a crazy week ahead of us. So today, later, we got a Music Monday. Starting at 9, we got us a Music Monday. So we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Oh my God, Witchy Mochi, where ya been, loca? Hola, hola, welcome in, Raiders. How are you guys doing? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing, Mochi? How was your stream? What were you guys up to? From the Star Jewels, hello, Raining. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Shochipili. I'm your Aztec God of music, flowers, and pleasure here. Make your day or night a little bit brighter for anybody that's new here. Good to see you, good to see you. What are you guys up to? Hello, Sile. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome in. Thank you for giving Witchy Mochi a shout out. I appreciate it. If you guys don't know Witchy Mochi, if you guys do not know Witchy Mochi, please go check them out. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. With a cool design too, by the way. I hope you had a really good stream. I hope you had a good one. Why are these titles getting so goddamn long? I like glance at them every now and then, and I'm surprised with what I see. Hello, Sile. Thank you for the follow. Bienvenidos. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oui. Cálmate, pendejo. Respira. Dude, I'm a million miles an hour today. Wait, no, I have had caffeine. ¿Qué tal? We watched Epic the Musical for the first time. Oh my God. I'm just a man. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? Jorge Herrera is so cool. I love him. I love that man. Be careful. What do you mean be careful? Epic mentioned. I have not seen it. I should also do it. It's a good musical. I loved it. I cried. Oh my God, it's so good. I swear to God, that last song, when he's doing the murder in the palace. I guess it's not a spoiler because it's like really old story. That shit makes me want to, like, I don't know, go to the gym. But it's so good. I love Jorge. Awesome composer. This is what happens when he doesn't socialize. This is what happens when I don't socialize. You guys are facing the blunt force of me not being weakened. You guys are facing me at my full power today. So, can we watch Epic the Musical again? We probably can. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun time. We should do that in Discord sometime. But yeah, you guys are facing me at my full power today. Full potential. By the way, Raiders, if any of you guys need to raid and run and take care of your post-game aftercare, please go ahead and do so. If you want to stay and chill, you have your mother to do so as well. Cuídate, tesoro. I'm going to go do some stream aftercare. Yes, please take care of yourself. Cuídate, okay? Muchas gracias por el raid. I'll take really good care of all of your raiders. Full power, Sochi. True. I don't think anything beats the post-car accident rest, Sochi, where he didn't socialize. Yeah, I was like unsocialized for 4 days and probably had a concussion. 9.1k worth of points waiting for you in your future, Sochi. Oh, fuck, dude. Once those redeems are fixed, we're gonna have some problems. Epic Discord day. For real. I'm just a man. Low key, I don't know if can I say, no, yeah, I think it's fine. No, I'll say that for later. That'll be some Sochi lore for you guys for later. The lore, let's just say the lore runs deep. So waiting on our D20 redeem, I need to fix that. I haven't even attempted to fix it. Edging us? Yeah, sorry. Waiting makes it better. Can I not get distracted by myself anymore? All right. This week's schedule, we have our educational stream a little bit later today, so we're going to be starting that after I get my yaps out. Tuesday, nada. Ni madre. So Tuesday, we're not doing anything. Wednesday, we're finishing a grade, goddammit. Hi, Jelly. I'll pull out the jar for you later. I don't want to get distracted right now. Good to see you, though. I hope you're doing well. Wednesday, Agree Batsu. We're gonna do an agree punishment game. I'm gonna buy spicy noodles. I got the spicy noodles, and every time I lose my cool, I have to eat the spicy noodles. So we're gonna see how that goes. It's a little bit of a batsu. I kind of like the spicy noodles. I bought the spiciest noodles that I could get. And I have the hot one sauce. So I'm gonna mix it with that and see how that goes. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If it's not punishment during stream, it'll be punishment after stream. So it's gonna, you know, it'll come at some point. You know, so someone's getting punished at some point. So that'll be Wednesday. Unless I can think of a more creative punishment, that'll be it for the Batsu stream. Thursday, we have a Discord night. Thursday, we have a Discord movie night where we're gonna watch. I haven't completely decided the movie, but I'm thinking we might watch The Devil's Backbone, Guillermo del Toro movie. I really love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Or we might watch The Shawshank Redemption. I'm in a mood. I am in a mood for old movies right now. My favorite of his? Yes, Ruda! You know Peak! You know Peak! Dude, it's such an underrated movie. It's such an underrated movie, dude. I love that film. I'm still gonna be in class at the time? No, dude. Oran will never be seen. We'll make time for it. We'll make time for it. We will make time for it. Happy birthday! It's my birthday! Hi, Omniarch. Chat, it's my birthday. Oh shit. Oh shit, happy birthday me. How many birthdays do you have? I guess 3 apparently. Let's fucking go. Oh, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you guys tell me it was my birthday? You guys are so mean to me all the time. You guys fucking hate me. You guys didn't tell me it was my birthday. Man, shake my damn head, bro. Shake my damn head. Sorry, Arbad G. Thank you. Thank you for apologizing. You know? My birthday's tomorrow. I was gonna read with Mañanitas. Oh, it's not available? Hold on. We'll sing las Mañanitas for you, Noeli. We'll sing las Mañanitas for you after we're done with the schedule, okay? Because I want to get through it, and then we'll sing it for you. I forgot to have it deactivated for today. Let's fucking go. Is it your birthday? No, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. But yeah, we'll sing it for you, Noeli. We'll sing it for you, Noeli. All right. So yeah, Thursday, it's either going to be in the Discord, it's going to be Shawshank Redemption or Devil's Backbone. We'll see which one it is. I'm in a very Latino moment of my life. You know? So I think we might watch Guillermo del Toro, porque the next game that we're going to be playing on Thursday was actually recommended, it was recommended by Barry on the Discord. It's called Revenia. And I think it's from a Mexican indie studio, right? I looked into it a little bit. But I'm super excited. I'm super excited. At this moment only, true. Only at this moment. But it's in Spanish too. It's in Spanish. The whole game's in Spanish. It's a demo game technically. I haven't looked too much into it to avoid spoilers, but it's based off of like Mexican folklore, and like there's zombies and like all of this other stuff. So I'm really excited to play it. It's supposed to be like a horror game too, so I'm sure you guys are gonna have fun with that. I won't understand any of it. Don't worry, I'll be translating. So if you don't know Spanish, don't worry. I will be translating the dialogue as it happens to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. So I'll make sure nobody's left out, which is cool because like the only what's it called? The only people I saw that has streamed it was Hola Soy Germán, and I think I saw Misa Sinfonia do a little bit of it. I never watched the stream. I just saw that they did it. So it'll be cool to bring this to a new audience, to bring this to a new audience, because I love supporting local, well, not local, I love supporting Mexican creators and stuff. So that's gonna be really cool. So yeah, that's Thursday, or sorry, Friday. We're playing Revenia. Then Saturday we're playing Luto, which is another horror game. Again, I didn't look too much into it, but I think it's also in Spanish or Spanglish. So I'm not sure. My mom always says support your local Mexican. True, dude, support your local Mexicans. So I think it's also a horror game. But I don't know if it's like Mexican or like Spanish. I saw clips again of it, and there was text in Spanish. So I don't know. Horror, yes. Both of these are also very artsy from what I could tell. They're very artsy, and story-wise, I'm in a very artsy and creative mood, I'm in the mood to like analyze and break things down. So yeah. For a second I thought you were gonna have a cooking stream because Luto is cooking Tagalog. Oh fuck. random cooking stream in Tagalog. Maybe in the future. I want to do a cooking stream for sure. We're gonna do another cooking stream in the future, but for now, we'll see. Performative male Sochi era. What do you mean? What do you mean? Latino artsy. Dude, Latino artsy, bro. I need my fucking chongo, my sunglasses, and like my satchel. And I'm gonna be in my full artsy mood. But yeah, so Revenia Friday, Saturday Luto. I'm hoping to beat both games in one sitting. I am off this week, so that means I can stream pretty late. So we're gonna go until we finish those games on Friday. Honestly, I was so close to playing Umi. Oh fuck, what's it called? Umi something, the fishing one. That's what you said for Agree to. Listen, I got smited for Agree. That wasn't my fault. Agree was not my fault. All right. Now that it's under my control. The Chillazart game? Yes, Umigari. That's what it was. That's what it was. Migasachi analog horror? Dude, okay, listen. My manager wants me to play the game, but I'm afraid of open water. Dude, I felt that. I really want to play Umigari, and I really want to play, fuck. What's it called? It's the analog horror looking one where people are at the door. I'm Not Human. Sorry, I'm Not Human. Is that what it is? I wanted to play those two this week, but I saw these two. I saw Revenia, and I'm like, I have to do Revenia. Like, I really want to do Revenia. No, I Am Not Human. Yes, that's the game. That's the game. Originally, the schedule for this week was No, I'm Not Human and Umigari. Those were the two original games for this week, but they got booted off by the Spanish games. So yeah, we're gonna play those probably next week. I love Not Human. I'm excited. I've seen a lot of people play it, but I never watched it. So I'm excited for that one, and I'm excited for Umigari. But I think those will be the streams for next week. Yeah. So dude, it was so tough. It was so tough. Like, in my brain, I'm like, business Sochi, right? This is business Sochi talking. This is business Sochi, my smart brain talking to me. And it's like, dude, you should play Umigari and No, I'm Not Human because they're popular right now. Everybody who's doing them right now, like, it's the perfect time. Strike while the iron's hot. But then, like, my actual, like, reptile brain's like, play Revenia. Play Luto. And I was like, fuck it. Sorry, no, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I chose pleasure over smart choices. It's just exactly. So I'm like, fuck it. You know what? They look fun, but they'll be here. Paul, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Welcome in. How you doing? Oui. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the garden. But yeah, so Revenia, Luto, and then Sunday. You guys remember how I said I'd never do a morning stream again? Well, I fucking lied. I lied. I want to try something new. Point and laugh. Yeah, point and laugh, point and laugh. I want to try something new. Sundays, normally I have to end streams early because of work on Monday. And this is gonna be more true now that work is gonna get very busy. So I thought, what if I do Sunday morning streams from now until the future? You know? What if from now until the future I do Sunday morning streams? You like morning streams, don't you, Sochi? I want to try getting used to it. Why you fucking lying? Why you always... But we'll see. I thought it'd be nice to have like a Sunday morning stream where we get a cafecito, we get some pan, and we just, you know, have a good time. Forcing us to get up at 9 a.m. in the morning. I have to get up earlier. All you guys got to do is roll out of bed. My ass got to get this shit ready. Morning Sochi is like a completely different person. It's a different man. He hates me so much. You got lots of performances coming up, dude. My work schedule is fucking cracked right now. It's insane. Can't believe you're making me get up at 3 a.m. As it should be. Rise and grind. Rise and grind, gamer. What time? It's gonna be Sunday morning at 9 a.m. PST. But I also want to try the morning stream. See how it goes. If not, I can always go back to the nighttime streams, but it also opens it up for people in different time zones. So 9 PST, 10 a.m. for me. See, you gotta sleep in. I had Sunday off. Heck yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, so I think like Sunday morning scaping is what's gonna be. We could do some like RuneScape. We could do some RuneScape. We could do while I drink my coffee and just chat, talk about next week, stuff like that, decompress. Just something chill, you know, something chill. RuneScape and breakfast, yes. Just a normal Saturday, or just a normal Sochi. Just a normal, just. Ave Maria. I'm good. I had to let it out. Let your brain breathe. No! No! I'm gonna grab myself by the brain and smother it in brain juice, dude. I'm gonna grab it, every wrinkle, and iron it out till it's smooth. Take that motherfucker bowling, all right? I can't. I feel like I'm just like, get out of my head. Your brain has wrinkles. It has too many. I want to get it out. I want to get them out, you know? I want to get them out. I want to be a master. I want to Oh, anyways. Yeah, that was that. So that's the schedule for this week. By too many, he means 2 wrinkles total. 2 is too many. Bro doesn't know the lyrics. Well, I'm sorry that I sang it in Spanish. Forgive me for being ESL. Okay? Déjalo salir, Sochi. Saca el demonio. Que se salga el demonio. Oh, man. Brother, you can't use that on me. I am ETL, English third language. Yeah? And? It's harder learning your second language than your third, actually. Because by the time you learn your third, your brain has made those neurological connections to make it easier. So as a matter of fact, Seems like a skill issue. Hi, who you? Xochitl, cállate y empieza la clase. Dije que vamos a empezar a las 9. No leen las instrucciones, güey. As a linguistics major, you're wrong. I studied this shit. As a god, you're wrong. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. I'm good. I'm good. Hi, Syria. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome in. Welcome in. I fear this God might not be all-knowing, but I'm all handsome. Hi, Murderous Raccoon. Welcome in. ¿Cómo estás? Pissing me off this early in the morning. Did you know that adrenaline is the best way to wake up in the morning? That's why people like cold showers, because it spikes your adrenaline. It spikes your adrenaline, and it triggers your fight or flight response, okay? So basically, I'm triggering your fight or flight response in the morning, so that way you can get that adrenaline spike, and it'll force you to, like, you know, live a little. No estoy en mi laptop. Tener que sacar todos los clips mañanita. No te preocupes. You're insane for cold showers still. Cold showers are the only right way to take a shower. All right. Cold showers are the only right way to take a shower. I am on one today, dude. I'm going to start ripping into people today. I'm going to start ripping into people. I didn't get a roast. I didn't get a roast students today, so you guys are the ones getting roasted. Oh, he is insane. Takes one to know one. Hi, Softo. Welcome in. Cold showers are peak when you need to wake up. Cold showers are peak, like, period. Cold showers are peak, just like, period. You know? Beetle treatment. Hi, Blue. Gracias por la ofrenda. Welcome in. ¿Cómo estás? Yeah, no. So, cold showers are the best way to take a shower. The only right way to take a shower, honestly. And then it saves water because it makes you want to get out of the shower. I can't. I want to look like a little lobster fresh out of the shower. I would boil and I would die. It's okay to be wrong. I mean, you would know, right? I hate that I agree with you. Look. It's not my fault I'm right. There's not steam coming off my body that is not enough, dude. I can't. Let me ask this guy gonna kill me? My bitch ass. My bitch ass. I grew up with cold showers because the hero get fucked up. That's fair. That's fair. Explode expeditiously. You guys fucking hate me. You guys fucking hate me. Warm water first, then cold water to finish off. I feel like that's worse. No. Isn't like hot water then cold water worse? Because you're like warm and then you're like go to the cold. Where it's already cold, so oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I do. Yeah, well, you guys know what, chat? You guys know what? Hate and love are two sides of the same coin. All right. So the more you hate me, the more you love me. That's just the way it works. No cold rinses are good at the end of the shower for your pores and hair follicles. What about just cold showers in general? Cold water makes it hard to detangle my hair. Does it? Both sides of my coin are hate. Del odio del amor hay un paso. ¿Ves? Ya ves. Everyone throw bricks at him. You guys are bricked? What the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. And you're just dropping that on main, Velvet. That's crazy. That's crazy. Insane. Insane. Please don't throw your bricks at me. You twist our words? Me? I would never. I would never. I would never. How do we shut him up? You guys can come up with some creative ways. I'm pretty sure. Voy a tener mi wee para que te calmes. Throwing your wee. Mods, ban the streamer. Dude, it's a good day today. It's a good day, chat. Bro, okay. Tangent. All right. Here's my tangent. I was watching anime. Dude, I want to rewatch some anime. I realized this morning. La la di da da la. Why is Bia singing in the chat? I realized this morning how much romance anime I watch compared to like shonen and stuff. Cause I was like rewatching one of my favorite. I was rewatching clips from like one of my favorite, probably actually my favorite romance anime of all time. And like, dude, it made me want to watch it again. It made me want to watch the whole show again. I don't watch that much anime anymore. I know you're a huge softie for rom-coms. I love rom-coms. Toradora, as much as I love Toradora, I don't think it's my peak favorite. It's definitely up there. But it's not my peak favorite one. Which one? Spill? Well, I think it's, if I remember correctly, it was either by the same author or studio as Toradora. It's Golden Time. It's like a college romance, which is really fucking cool because it's like, it's so nice to have something that's like not high school romance and like get a little bit more into the actual relationship. It has a lot of flaws. But it's really, really good. I thought you were gonna say Golden Kamui. No. Kami-sama Kiss is good. Kami-sama Kiss is really good. But yeah, no, I think like some of my favorites have to be Golden Time, Toradora. Fuck, dude. You need to hop on to Josei instead of Shoujo. That's true. These are just some that I saw, you know, like Golden Time, Toradora. Horimiya is another really good one. I really like Horimiya. If you don't see Your Lie in April is really good. Your Lie in April is also really, really good. I like Your Lie in April, obviously. And then My Little Monster, Horimiya, my love. Yes, dude, Horimiya is so good. I love Horimiya. I was caught up with the manga for a while. But it's like so, fuck, dude, it's so good. It's so good. Horimiya, my Shayla. No, it's really good. It's really good. But yeah, no, Toradora and Golden Time are up there for me. I think Toradora is just like what got me into rom-coms or like just like romance, shoujo stuff. But you have the same taste as my Latino Oshi number one. I think Latinos share a brain cell, honestly, to a certain extent. Have you seen Wotakoi? I haven't. I want to watch Wotakoi. But I haven't seen it. I've heard good things about it. But yeah, I need to get more into romance anime manga. They're so good, Hiro. They're so good. There's some really, really good ones out there. We all just have a high mind. True. I don't do well with slow burn, but From Me to You, that one's really good too. From Me to You, that one's really, really good. I usually prefer rom-com, but just comedy anime can turn off my brain to relax. That's also true. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I love rom-coms, dude. Writing down all of these to watch later. Please watch ¿Cómo se llama? A Silent Voice. Oh, dude, that one made me feel so many things. Oh my god, that one made me feel so many things. Yeah, no, it's really, really good. That one fucking broke me, dude. That one broke me. You know what movie you guys need to watch, dude? Okay, I'm gonna put you guys onto some game. I want to eat your pink crystal haunts me. Oh, so good. Hi, Enid, ¿cómo estás? Okay, first of all, Orange. If you haven't watched Orange and you want to fucking cry, watch Orange. Okay? Watch Orange if you want to fucking cry, dude. You just want to ruin your fucking day. Watch Orange, all right? The other one is ¿cómo se llama? It's a movie. Wolf Children. Wolf Children's another one. That one's so good. That one's a great film. Now I've learned my lesson. Never take an anime recs from you. Look, you don't cry that much over an anime unless it's so good. Wolf Children is one of my favorites. Dude, Wolf Children brought me to fucking tears. I'll watch Orange then blame you for it. Thanks, Sochi. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll be able to see the crash out on Twitter after, just kind of like I did for just like I did for Sankyo no Terror. I read Orange. I liked Orange Pinku. But yeah, Wolf Children, Orange is really good. Fuck, what was the other one? Shit, it was another film. Fuck. Wait, Beetle, are you here? I saw your bitch ass earlier. We watched it in our anime class. It was like, fuck. Tokyo Grandfathers. Tokyo Grandfathers. That's the one. That one's also really good. That one's really good. I like that one. I purposely avoided Wolf Children specifically because it's sad. Yes, it is sad. Tokyo Grandfathers, fucking a peak, bro. I'm putting you guys on game. I'm putting you guys on game right now. Not such calling husband Beetle for help? Never. Just fucking talking to his bitch ass. Tokyo Grandfathers is so good. Yes, Tokyo Grandfathers. Tekkon King Crete was another good one that I saw in that class. That was really good. Man, so much. Paprika and Perfect Blue, classic. Those are both Kon, right? Satoshi Kon? Are those both Satoshi Kon? I don't remember. Anything by Satoshi Kon. Anything by Satoshi Kon, absolutely. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love Paprika. Paprika's so good. Paprika's so good. And if you guys haven't seen it, Paranoia Agent, the anime, Paranoia Agent is really, really good too. That one was phenomenal. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex is another one of my favorites. ¿Qué más? Fuck, man. Devilman Crybaby. Ooh! Devilman Crybaby is so good too. I love Devilman Crybaby. I made a song for Devilman Crybaby once back in the day. It inspired me to make a song. Wait, do I still have that? Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me pull up the ancient texts, bro. Have you seen Erased? I have seen Erased. I love Erased, but the ending pissed me off so much. The ending pissed me off so fucking much, dude. Devilman Crybaby was wild. It was wild, dude. I love it. I love it, though. Well, let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this, because I know it has to be here somewhere. Is it this? No, no. Where is it? I'm searching my old forbidden files. So don't mind me while I search my old forbidden files. This one? No. Ah, this one. Let me see if I can hear this shit. The archives, yes. Oh my god, dude, this shit's so old. All right. You guys are. It sounds fucking ass. It sounds fucking ass because it's like a demo that I recorded for one of my homies, and I told him like, oh, if he wanted to hop on the song. We never did it. But it is here. Hi, Zombie, ¿cómo estás? Thank you. All right, hold on. Let me pull this shit up. It sounds ass, bro. I apologize.
I'm sure that you'll find, I don't doubt you. I'm sure that you'll find a way to twist all the words that I'm saying and make it all about you. Breaking the law, I don't need to run, but just stay for a blow.
But yeah, that was it. That was it. Oh man, what a fucking era that was, bro. What an era. I arrived at peak. No, no. Hi, Kami, ¿cómo estás? You gonna remaster it? Oh my, dude, don't make me get back into my funk era, dude. Por favor. Drop on Discord. It's not even finished. It's not even finished. I recorded that like first I recorded that verse and sent it to one of my homies. Damn, wait, there's like a lot of hold on, there's like a lot of songs here. What the fuck is this? Hmm. What the fuck? Hold on, hold on. I'm like looking through. There's like a folder of music that I just forgot about. Wait. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Please, please, please. I'll probably be nice if you release it. Please, please, please. Oh, I forgot about this one. There's another one. Hold on.
Can you tell me why you broke down? Listening to MCR in Motown. You're just trying to get me all alone now. But let me tell you something.
Damn, this is crazy.
I don't give a fuck. You know I'm on the road now. Left your ass back in the home.
You have chat back. I'd have to re-record the whole thing again though.
You're just out of luck. So tell me how you don't miss me. Is that what you
MCR mentioned to just stab me.
Are you coming with me? Down to the bottom of the bottle where the story ends.
Honestly though, my Eddie, true.
Is that what you're calling every day? But you got no friends, you got no end. To the bullshit you come up again and again.
This one was like a full song though.
Been on my back for so long, so thought I put my feelings in a song, so tell you what you wanted all along, so you were always right and I was wrong. Wait, do I have your attention? Better than
Drop it now? No, it sounds like ass. I need to re-record this too. It was still a demo too. I don't even know where the instrumentals are.
I don't even wanna see you on the streets walking, talking about what we had. Stop calling me.
Honestly, I could care less. Fuck you, I wish you the best. No.
Tell me how you don't miss me.
Don't make me hack your PC. I have one semester computer science. Good luck finding it, dude. I just found it right now.
With me. Down to the bottom of the
Oh yeah, I have it, Ruda. I just need to upload it actually.
miss me. Is that what you're calling every day? But you got no friends. You
Damn, dude, this is crazy. What the fuck?
you come up again and again. So tell me how you
Interesting. Damn, dude, what the fuck are all these things, dude? Hold on. What's this one? This one's like a short one. You're definitely on something back then. I just make too much music, bro. I tend to forget.
tell you where I'm gonna go.
Another demo.
You don't need to worry, you don't need to know. You were scared of change, but I wanted to grow. You wanted to stay, but I wanted to go where the lights are bright. You wanted to stay where your heart aside. I wanted to chase all my dreams and fight. You wanted me there when you sleep at night.
Ooh, that was kind of cool. Interesting. Pull up BTS and release a full album of just demos at this point. Maybe I will. I just don't feel like fucking. I don't. I don't feel like re-recording this shit. Well, Devilman Crybaby mentioned, and then all of a sudden I have a fuck ton of music that I just spawned in, I guess. You should finish that one? Maybe I will. That one's pretty cool. All right, bye. Have a good day at work. Have a good day at work. You don't have to re-record. I do. I have okay. Real talk. Real talk. I have such a high standard for like my music and like the stuff that I create. Whether it's like a stream, what's it called? Whether it's like a okay. Like even my streams, I feel like I have such a high standard of what I accept as like creative and stuff, you know? So it like translates to my music. Like I don't want to just make generic stuff, even just like streams. Like I want it to be like entertaining and like captivating. So it's like the same thing with the music. Like I wish I had the ability to even just be like, oh, these are demos. Like have them. You can listen to them, whatever you want. Like I'm not gonna finish them, but like I hear it and I'm like, bro, it needs to be better. Like I can make it better now. So it's like, fuck, dude. Angel with the sacrifice. Angel. It's like I can still hear their voice. All right. It's been an hour of yapping. I think it's about time that I discuss our
Where you
stream
been,
for today.
loca?
Because my bitch ass doesn't shut up. Holy fucking yo, where you been, loca turb? Holy fuck, welcome in Raiders. How you guys doing? Turb, wait, chat. It's also Turb's birthday. It's also, wait, it was Noeli's birthday too. Fuck, wait, we gotta sing las mañanitas to these guys. Hold on. Everybody say happy birthday to Turb. Everybody say happy birthday to Noeli. We got 2 birthdays in the house. We gotta sing. We gotta sing for my Mexican hermano. How was the rest of your stream, bro? I was only able to catch in the back half of it, but I hope you had a good birthday stream, bro. I hope you enjoyed all of the messages. I hope you enjoyed all of the messages, man. By the way, welcome in, Raiders. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Xochipilli. I'm your Aztec God of music, flowers, and pleasure, here to make your day or night a little bit brighter. Today we're gonna be doing an educational stream, but first we're gonna sing las mañanitas for all the birthday people. Hold on. Let me grab my guitar. It's time. Chungus. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. It was great. Thank you so much for the birthday message. Of course, man. Of course. Dude. Like real talk. Oh my god. Olive's online. Thank you so much for the follow. Schmolzy, thank you so much for the follow. Honestly, dude, you're fucking awesome, bro. You're fucking awesome. I'm gonna be corny. I'm gonna be corny on main right now. I'm gonna be corny. I'm gonna be real on main. All right. You're fucking awesome, dude. You're super talented. You're super passionate about like creating and like everything that you do. On the like few occasions that we've got to like chat and like yap just about like being creators and like stuff like that, I could tell you're really passionate and like want to put out the best possible content and don't want to do things like half-assed. And I really respect that. It like surrounding myself with people like you, like Tay, like Noah and Mio that like have such drives like to create things that are high quality help like motivate me like every day too to like continue like me, my bitch ass. Now shut up, Noah. Grimshy, gracias por el follow. Thank you. But no, for real, man. I think you're fucking amazing, dude. I think you're very talented, and no matter what you choose to do, you're gonna be very successful because you put passion into what you do. So yeah, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, bro. I hope that you had an awesome day with your friends and everything too, and that you have many more. Shots time. Hold on. We got 2 birthdays, by the way. Noeli, I know it's also your birthday. I haven't forgotten. Hold on. All right. Can you guys hear that? Ruda, thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna go ahead and drink my water before we sing. Yep, all right. Estas son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey Xochi. Hoy por ser tu cumpleaños, te las cantamos a ti. Despierta, mi bien, despierta. Mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajarillos cantan. Luna ya se metió. Happy birthday to both of you guys. I hope you guys have an awesome birthday. I hope you both have had an amazing, well, Noelia, I hope you have an amazing birthday tomorrow. I hope you have a great time tomorrow. Beautiful. Thank you. Happy birth. Happy birth. My Mexican hermano. Mi hermano mexicano. Gracias, Sochi. De nada, feliz cumpleaños, Noeli. Un poco temprano, pero ojalá que lo pasen muy a gusto mañana, ¿ok? Happy womb eviction day. Evicted from the womb like rent was not paid. I'm proud to be a proud hermano. Yes, dude. Yes. I just hope that you know that your base stats have been buffed to be at least 15% Mexican at this point, okay? So wherever you go, you can proudly claim 15% Mexicano. Yes, sir. Just like everybody here, you guys have base stats of at least 15% Mexican. You guys get the 15% passive buff. Tell him this to Mon right now. If Mon has a problem with it, you can have her take it up with me, all right? I'm 150% Mexican. Oh woo! At least, yeah, okay. Because if you're actually, yeah, let's just go with at least. My birthday's July 7th, yeah. Mom's gonna come fight me after that because of the way that you pronounce words, but I'll go to bat for you, brother. I'll fight on your behalf. But thank you so much for the raid, man. I really appreciate it. If you need a raid and run, take care of your post-stream aftercare, by all means, go ahead and do so. If you want to stay and hang out, you're more than welcome to do so as well. I appreciate you, brother. What's happened? Oh, I was letting Turb know. I was letting Turb know that I've granted him a 15% Mexican buff. So that's the story. All right, Turb, have a good one. Can we get a shout out for Mon too? By the way, if you guys don't know Mon, by the way, for my community, if you guys don't know Turb, please go follow him. Super awesome guy, super really cool guy. If you like what I do, you're gonna love what he does. If you don't know Mon, please go check them out as well. Amazing artist, amazing streamer, great content creator as well. So please go support them as well. Yes. All right, I'm gonna wait till ads are over till I start describing what's going on. Thank you for the shout out. De nada. Mon is such a great artist. Yes, dude. They are such a great artist. And horror player, dude. The run through of Resident Evil. I could never. My bitch ass could never. All right, don't worry about it, Sauce. Have a good one. But yeah. All right. We're gonna get started in a little bit. Okay. Oh, your bitch ass could. You're right. You know what? You're right. Tengo que ponerme las pilas. All right. Tengo que ponerme las pilas. Chad horror streamer versus virgin. Sochi Pipi. I'm gonna get you, Halo. I swear to God. Fuck off. Bitch. Damn. Loud as fuck. Bye, Syria. Oh. All right. I'm calm now. I'm calm. I got it out of my system. So, today, we're doing a very special Music Monday. Let me turn my music back on, sorry. We're doing a very special Music Monday today. Today's gonna be an educational stream. Hold on. We gotta go to the right place. Welcome. You guys can address me as Profesochi today. All right. You guys can address me as Profesochi. Time to put on my teacher hat too. Let me out? No, you're stuck here now. Can I be the TA? Fuck out of here, dude. All right, so today, we're gonna be talking about a lot of things. So before we get started, a little bit of a disclaimer. Well, hold on. Today's stream is in honor of Black History Month. we're gonna be doing a very special stream where we talk about the impact of black musicians and black culture on the music of Mexico. Yeah. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff like that. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in just a little bit. I meant to send this right when it happened, but remember, perfect is the enemy good. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you for the wise words, my Eddie. But yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about the impact of black musicians and black culture on Mexican music, which is something that's not talked about much. It's something that's not really discussed much, and I wanted to take a moment to discuss it. Now, I've spent the better part of a month researching this topic. I've managed to talk to a few professors from UDG, from UNAM, from Universidad de Veracruz. I have a homie that teaches over there, and a couple of people from local universities that I'm not going to say, that are experts in various different fields. So I have emailed some of them back and forth, asking questions, discussing things. 3 of them I was able to get on a Zoom call to talk about the things that I'm going to discuss today. The rest was done based off of research, off of scholarly articles, journal entries, thesis papers, and just general research.
Yo,
Yeah.
where you been, loca?
So we're gonna be doing a lot of that. Ghoul, yo, where you been, Loca? Welcome in, Raiders. How you doing, Dino Raid? Welcome in, Ghoul. Can we get a shout out for Ghoul, please? Welcome in. You came just in time for school. Hi, Mochi. Hi, Sugar Bee. Hi, Ghoul. I hope you had a good stream. What were you guys up to? Drink some more water right now. Just in time for class. Hell yeah. Dino Raid getting yeeted. If you guys don't know Ghoul, please check him out, fellow Aztec VTuber. Please check him out. Some Cyberpunk. Ooh, I love Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is great. It's school time. But I hope you had a good stream, man. I really appreciate the raid. If you need to raid and run to take care of your post-stream aftercare, please go ahead and do so. If you want to stay and lurk and hang out, you're more than welcome to do so as well. Can I get a bathroom pass? No. Not in the first 5 minutes of class. You have to wait 10 minutes. All right, so let's keep going. First of all, when it comes to this stream, when it comes to the educational streams, I love doing educational streams. I enjoy them so much. But one thing I wanted to make a disclaimer for is while we're doing it, I want to focus on the education as much as I can, so I won't be able to read chat. I have this little disclaimer, or I won't be able to read chat as much. Also, I'm gonna put this as a disclaimer in the chat, just so you guys know as well. Hold on, give me a second. My mom is waiting in the bathroom. Hi, Kalulu. I'm gonna pin this as well. All right, I'm gonna pin this one. Okay, so while we're doing the discussion, why did I take my clothes off? While we're doing the discussion, just a disclaimer. Try to keep chat on topic towards what we're talking about, just to make it easier for people that are coming in, to not have like it makes it easier for them to not see like a bunch of side conversations. Like you don't have to like not talk, you don't have to like not talk to each other. Feel free to ask each other questions, feel free to do all of that stuff, but just try to limit it. Like if you're gonna be talking about stuff that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, maybe save it for just like DMs and stuff like that. Just basic classroom etiquette. He's pre-scolding us. I am pre-scolding you guys. I like setting the rules very, very clear, so that when I yell at you guys later, I don't have anybody questioning me as to why. No, but yeah, just keep the chat a little bit more clear for like relevant stuff. I will try to answer questions as much as I can. However, if there's a question that you want me to answer, for sure, if there's a question that you're like, I really, really want to know this, it's important to me, I have a redeem today that's to ask a question that will pop up your message for me so that I can see it a little bit more easily. So Feel free to ask general questions in the chat. I'll try to get as many as I can. But yeah, if you want yours guaranteed to be answered, you'll go ahead and use that redeem. It's got a 1-minute cooldown. Try to limit that redeem to like actual, questions relevant to the topic that we're using in the lecture. So I think those are like mainly the ground rules. Yeah, just proper class etiquette. Again, I love doing educational streams. Personally, I love these streams. I love these so much because I love to teach and I'm very passionate about it. So these are also kind of ways for me to test the waters and see how well they do. Maybe turn it to a video later, long form stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But I put a lot of effort into this. Like I said, I researched for since the beginning of February. I've been conducting research. I have over like 65 pages of notes that I've been taking for the whole month off of various sources, journal articles. I had to contact a lot of colleges, drive around to like rent out journals that are only available through there. Again, I have talked to a lot of professors from all around, I don't want to say all around the world, mainly in Mexico and here in the States. So I've talked to professors from here in California, from Louisiana, from Florida, from Mexico, from UNAM, UDG, Universidad de Veracruz, Universidad de Oaxaca Autónoma. Like I've been emailing and like Zooming a lot of people to really try to get the best possible information that I can for you guys in the most accurate way. However, for safety reasons and to not dox myself, I have not provided names of who I have interviewed because obviously I used my real name talking to them. I talked to all of them and made it very clear that I would not be using their names in this context, and they were a-okay with it. The ones that weren't, I will not be using the information that I gained from them because I do not want to be stealing credit. Anything that I mention that is not my own original deduction or idea, I will clearly state that this is somebody else's research. I'm not going to claim credit for it. Okay. If you guys want links to public resources that I was able to access, I will post those in a Google Doc after stream, that are just kind of like journal entries and like books and stuff like that I used and stuff, as well as the links to all of the videos that I watched to help me gain this information. I just want to make it very clear that I'm not stealing the ideas from anybody else. Again, it's not my, if it's not my own original idea and thought, I will clearly state it during the lecture. I just want you guys to know that I cannot provide you guys with the persons or persons that provided me that information, again, for safety reasons. So, love to see thorough research. I love researching. Then again, in addition to that, everything that I cover today is a very underserved area of research in musicology. All right, it is a very underserved area of research. So I cannot guarantee that all the information I give will be 100% accurate. As a matter of fact, even in my research, there's a lot of papers and documents and ideas that contradicted one another. I'll point those out as I can, but something to always remember is that history is always evolving in the way that we understand it and that we interpret it. The best way to learn history is always through the sources and the direct contacts of people who have direct roots or firsthand experiences of said things, right? So I by no means am an expert on the subject, but I have educated myself to the best of the best of my ability. Once again, in addition to that, if you guys ask me questions that I do not know the answer to, I will be very transparent as well. Like I said, I am not an expert, so if you ever ask me something that I do not know, I'll probably write it down. I have a notebook specifically for questions that people ask me that I don't know because I like to figure them out later. So if you really are curious about your question, if you're really curious about knowing what you knowing something and I don't know the answer to it, I can write it down and get back to you because I still have the resources. I still have all those people's emails and stuff, so I can still reach out and hopefully get a little bit more of an educated opinion on everything. So oh yeah, that was a huge disclaimer, sorry about that. I take research very seriously, because I think it's important to make sure, especially in this era of misinformation, it's very important for us to know where we get our sources from. It's very important for us to know when we get our information from, so that we don't fall into disinformation, you know? So we're gonna just some things that are important to point out. I know it's just a fake class online, quote unquote, but I treat this as if it was a real lecture. I treat this with the same care as if I was giving another master class or another, another lecture. So I take it very, very seriously when it comes to research and history. So, yeah, huge disclaimer. I love to see the level of care. Thank you, Noah. Thank you. But yeah, I think it's time to get started. Information still being shared? Yes. So let me get my ass over on this side. And let me pull up my presentation for you guys. Vamos, profe, vamos! Let me go ahead and grab this shit. Here it is. Sorry I couldn't make a proper PowerPoint. But this is just kind of what I had to deal with for now. So, is this one? Yes.
Yo, where you been, loca?
Yo, where you been, loca? Iris! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Welcome in, Raiders. How are you guys doing? Welcome in. Hi, Iris. Hi, Nerdon. Welcome in. Welcome, Raiders. For those guys that may not know me, my name is Shachipili. I am your Aztec god of flowers, music, and pleasure, here to make your day or night a little bit brighter. I hope you had a good stream. What were you streaming, Iris? What were you up to? What are you guys doing? Get some water. Yes, welcome to class. Thank you for giving Iris a shout out, by the way. I appreciate it. For the guys that don't know, today we're doing a very special Educational Music Monday. After raid and run, but I hope you guys have fun. No worries, Iris. Have a good Silk Song, have fun. Yeah, have a good rest of your day, okay? Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I'll take good care of your raiders. And if any of your raiders, if anybody that raided in with Iris need to raid and run as well for self-care, please go ahead and do so as well. Today we're talking we're doing a Music Monday. And we're talking about the Black history and music of Latino America, focusing mainly on Mexico. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you guys are interested and want to stay, feel free to do so. But yeah, let's get started. So we're going to be starting with just the basics. Yeah. I know I just spent a long time going over disclaimers, but I feel like I need to go over one more disclaimer with some ground rules. All right. So ground rules. I have the redeem to raise your hand if you have any questions. Like I stated earlier, if there's a question that you're really burning to know, or you think is like really, really relevant to the topic at hand that would contribute to the discussion, please feel free to raise your hand, right? Use that redeem, and then I'll be able to see it and address the question right away. Make sure you only use it for relevant questions. You know, don't be using it for little things like that, or jokes or whatever. Use it if you have like an actual question. Feel free to ask your questions in chat generally as well. I just might not get to every single question that way. So yeah. Remain mature and respectful. So I want to take a second to talk about this one. We're going to be talking a lot about racial matters. We're going to be talking a lot about mature matters, right? So I want you guys to remain respectful about the topics at hand. Just like always in the stream, never any like racial or racially motivated jokes. I don't think that those are funny. I don't think they contribute really to anything, right? So keep a respectful tone when we're talking about things. Some of the things that we will talk about today are very heavy subjects. So I do want to have that as a proper disclaimer. When it comes to this kind of history, of course, there's always going to be some level of like weight and seriousness to the topics at hand. So please keep that in mind before we go in. If you are ever bothered by what you are hearing, if you're ever bothered or it makes you uncomfortable, feel free to step away. Take care of yourself. Self-care is the most important thing. You don't need to stay the whole time if any of the things that we talk about make you uncomfortable. That being said, everything I will be stating today is going to be based off of real history and real facts. History can sometimes be very brutal. History can sometimes be very uncomfortable, but it's important for us to talk and address these topics in a very mature manner so that the history is never lost. It is important for us to never forget what has happened in the past. So I will not be glancing or skirting over anything, but then again, I also won't be going into gruesome detail about things. Yeah, just know I will be stating things as they were recorded in historically accurate ways. That's just the way that history is. Okay. In addition to that, I know that recently, especially in recent times, history has been tied a lot to politics. I will be keeping obviously all politics and stuff outside of the conversation, and be keeping all of that to avoid general conflicts and conflicting ideas and stuff. Of course, we have to talk about the politics of Mexico and what was going on at the times, but I will be avoiding any like discussions about stuff like that, just to avoid, you know, heated topics and stuff like that. So please keep that in mind. And again, when in doubt, just be mature and be respectful. Next point. I am not the end all be all of information. While I have done my due diligence in my research, please keep in mind I am only one man, and I've only researched for a month. Normally, if I was going to do a whole research topic about something like this, it would be very long. It would be probably 80 pages of research over the course of months to make sure I got everything done properly. I may make mistakes. I may have recorded things improperly, or some of the information I have gotten from sources may not be correct. That is the way that history works sometimes, especially when we're trying to document it as it is. So just keep in mind, I do not speak for everybody. I only speak from my own knowledge. I only speak from my own experiences. The best way to learn about history is to talk to people who have lived it or experienced it on a much closer level. So, and the last thing, always keep an open mind. Yeah. Education and learning is all about keeping an open mind. You might find out things that you don't agree with, and you might find out things that you never knew before. So keep an open mind, and I always tell this to my students. Just because you disagree with something does not make it wrong. Okay. It's okay to disagree with things. It's okay with this. It's okay. It's okay to disagree with things. But keep an open mind, and that's the way that you learn, right? Especially if you think that something went against your own ideas or information that was given. This is the best way to learn. I love being in such a pupil. Say, welcome in. ¿Cómo estás? Thank you so much for giving me a shout out. Welcome to my class. I can't wait for when Taehungi has his own class. All right, time for us to get started. Before we dive deep into the music aspect of things, there is a base understanding of Mexican history that we need to get. Yeah. So let me scoop my ass over a little bit more because I'm still kind of in the way here. Hold on. There we go. Penny Peach, hola, ¿cómo estás? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great night. All right, so there's a few terms that we need to talk about. I want to issue a disclaimer here. There's a few terms that are technically not correct to be used anymore. They're not necessarily bad words per se, but in Mexico they're seen as more like derogatory towards people, but it's not like a slur or anything like that, right? So I'll be replacing those words. I will mention them once because in a lot of historical texts this is what they are referred to as, but I will put a very strong disclaimer next to it and then explain why my reasoning is for it. So once again, these are my personal reasons, these are my personal beliefs of why I use these different words. That's oomph. Welcome in, oomph. So many oomphs in chat. Ruda, thank you for the hydrate. So, we need to start with a conversation about Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Mexicanos, como se llaman. So let's start with a little bit of history, right? If most of you guys were raised in the United States, you guys probably have a basic understanding of United States history and the African slave trade that was happening during that time, bringing slaves from Africa, usually straight to the United States or to Europe, and then, bitch! Sorry, that train's being annoying. Bringing slaves over from Africa to the United States. But what a lot of people don't, not necessarily know, but put into consideration, is that there was a whole other separate trade to Southern and Central America. Now, while while slavery wasn't as common in northern Mexico and central Mexico, it was very common towards southern Mexico and Central America, because that's where a lot more plantations were for various different types of produce and products. So some of the main areas and regions where slave trade was popular in Mexico was Oaxaca, which is southern Mexico, close to Central America, Veracruz, which is southeast Mexico, and then Guerrero. So these are the three most common places for slaves to be transported to. And just like the United States, they lived under horrible conditions, except they were under Spanish rule, because during this time, Mexico was still occupied by Spain and the Habsburgs, and depending on where you were, various different things. Yes. Through Spain, Mexico had one of the largest enslaved populations. People are always quick to think of the United States when it comes to slavery. However, it actually pales a lot in comparison to Central America, Mexico, and South America, mainly due to the size and quantity of produce being made. In the United States, while the slave trade was very, very big, population-wise, it wasn't nearly as much as in places like, let's say, like Brazil, where they worked on sugar plantations for a much longer period of time. And Mexico was no different. It had one of the largest populations, one of the largest enslaved populations. Now, where Mexico does differ a little bit from the United States is the abolishment of slavery actually happened a lot earlier than in the United States. Interesting enough, the person that you see right there is one of the presidents of Mexico, one of the earliest presidents of Mexico, and he was Afro-mestizo. Now, this is the term that I want to talk about. The term mestizo is an old Spanish word that basically means mixed. It's a mix between a Spaniard and an indigenous person in Mexico. The Spaniards used the term mestizo to describe anybody that was an offspring of a pure-blooded Spaniard and an indigenous person in Mexico. They were kind of considered, think of them as like half-blooded Spaniards, yeah? So from now on, for the rest of the lecture, I will be calling mestizos Mexicans, because that is what a Mexican is nowadays. Most Mexicans have some amount of Spaniard and indigenous in themselves, yeah? So mestizo was usually used as a term and a way for the Spaniards in the Spanish caste system to keep others down. If you were a pure-blooded Spaniard, you were of higher standing than a mestizo during that time. So it's kind of a little bit of a dated term. If you guys are ever reading scholarly articles and texts, you might find the term mestizo in there. So even me, it depends. If you can trace your family trees back to indigenous and Spaniard roots, they would have considered you a mestizo. Mestizo is now what I personally just consider a modern day Mexican. So that's what it is. And it's also usually a little bit of a darker complexion. Not indigenous, fully indigenous people in Mexico normally had a bit of a darker complexion. Mestizo had a little bit of a fairer skin. Not necessarily white. Some could be white, but mostly would be a little bit like brown, brownish. The best way I can describe it is there's a lot of like Mexicans that are fair-skinned now. If you get sunburnt and turn brown, you are of mestizo blood, at least to the Spaniards, or Mexican blood, right? So that's what a mestizo is. That's what a mestizo is. Yeah. Now, this president was Afro-mestizo, which is really cool. So he was of African, Spaniard, and native blood. And that's a picture of him right over there. That was a picture of him right over there. Which is really, really cool. First of all, the fact that he could be a president that early on was really cool. By the way, sorry, I should have said his name. His name is Vicente Guerrero. He was one of the presidents of Mexico. Thank you so much for the class, profe. Don't worry. I'm EP. Oh, don't worry. Yeah. Buenas noches, Softo. Que tenga bonita noche, okay? Have a good night. But yeah, so his name is Vicente Guerrero. He's one of the presidents of Mexico, and he stood for the abolishment of slavery in 1827. Much like the United States, he abolished slavery, but there was still a lot of turmoil that came after that, right? Now, he was a huge huge person that promoted indigenous and African solidarity. So let me talk a little bit about this, right? The indigenous people in Mexico, I guess the best way to describe the indigenous people in Mexico is think of Native Americans in the United States, the way that they were treated by the government. Oftentimes, once the Spaniards came, the indigenous people were considered to be the lowest of the low in the caste system. All right, mestizos were above them because you were of mixed Spaniard and indigenous blood. Indigenous people, fully indigenous people, were considered the lowest of the low. There's two reasons for this. One, just like many other things in the world, the color of their skin. The color of their skin was darker, dark brown. Very, very different than the Spaniards' pale white skin. And because of societal standards and beauty standards, they were considered to be lowly. And same thing for the slaves that were being brought over from Africa. Now, because of this, there was a lot of solidarity between the indigenous people of Mexico and the African people that were brought over during the slave trade, because both were being oppressed by the government essentially, and being doubly oppressed, mind you. They're being oppressed not only by the Spaniard rule, but they're also being oppressed by the mestizo rule or the Mexican rule, right? So they kind of have like a double whammy of unfortunate situations. And they actually found a lot of solidarity through that. That's going to be important for a little bit later, all right? Now, there's a concept I want to talk about as well, called the tercera raíz, or the third root. So in Mexico, we often consider ourselves to have two roots, right? Nowadays, it's very common for Mexicans to be proud. I am, an Aztec warrior. You look at like the advertisements for like the Copa Mundial for football, lo que sea, and everyone's like, every Mexican's just like, soy un Azteca, which first of all is not true. But like, there's a lot of Mexicans now that, because it's kind of like cool, they're like, oh, I am mixed of Spaniard and indigenous blood. They're like, yeah, like that's what I am. And that's a common idea that people have. However, there's a new, more modern movement in Mexico called the third root, or tercera raíz. As a matter of fact, it took place in the 2020 census that happened not too long ago now, where they're beginning to acknowledge Afro-Mexicanos, right? So the third root is the third root of Mexican culture. They're starting to acknowledge all of that, so which is pretty crazy. Which is really, really awesome, really. So as we go, yo, where you been? Look at Treat. Is that you? Treat, my love. Mwah. Welcome in. ¿Cómo estás? How was your stream, bro? How are you, man? Welcome in, Raiders. Happy Lunar New Year. Hi, Tay. Happy Lunar New Year. Hello, Marshmallows. Hello, Crow. Hello, Pri. Hello, Fiery Kitsune. Hey, nice to see you. Hi, Dilly. Hi, Anasta. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome in, Raiders. What were you guys up to, Tree? Or were you just chatting again? Welcome in. For anybody new here, my name is Xochipilli. I'm your Aztec god of music, flowers, and pleasure, here to make your day or night a little bit brighter. Today we're doing a little bit of an educational stream. Bushbunk, thank you for the follow. Wee. Hola, Xochi. Hi, Dilly. How you doing? Welcome in. What were you guys up to? We're chatting for a bit, kind of in a food coma. What were you? Oh, food coma? Bro, what were you eating? Man? For anybody in my community, if you guys don't know Treat, please check him out. Friendly barista capybara. Check him out. His new model is coming out soon. I need everybody to see it. I need everybody to fucking see it. It's delicious, okay? Send pictures in DM. Yes, dude. I'm so hungry. So hungry for your food. Hanami Momo. Hola. Welcome in. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome to the garden. And then Chromonic. Hola. Welcome in. Welcome to the garden. So today, what we're doing is we're doing a little bit of Music Monday. and I'm talking music history. I'm talking music history about the history and impact of Black musicians and culture in the music of Mexico. So that's what we're doing. Buenas, ¿cómo están aquí? Estamos bien, estamos bien. Ruda, thank you so much for the hydrates. Muchas gracias. So we're doing a little Black History Month special today. Wee, 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 wee. Wee, 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 wee. Winter Charm, hola, hola, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Bienvenidos. A little bit of I guess disclaimer for anybody dropping by. If you guys don't know who I am, I am actually a music teacher. I have my master's degree in musicology, music composition, and music theory. So the research I did for today, I researched a lot for this these slides and stuff. So it's kind of like a college masterclass. Free college masterclass. Winter Charm, thank you so much for the follow. Cosminimi, thank you so much for the follow. What the teacher? But yeah, so I've taught college for a few years. I've taught kinder through high school and college. Hola, güey. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenidos, welcome in. So yeah, so I did a lot of I did a lot of research for this, and I'm basically giving everybody a free masterclass. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are enjoying. Riverside, thank you so much for the ofrenda. Free education! Free education! As it fucking should be. Sometimes I forget his teacher when he's usually the way he is. It's straight. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Hi. Hola, hola, Gami. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome. You guys did come in at the perfect time, though. You guys did come in at the perfect time. But anyways, let me give you guys a TLDR. So we're talking about the impact of Black culture and Black musicians on the music of Mexico, specifically focusing on Southern Mexico. Currently, we just started. So disclaimer for anybody that's here, by the way. Disclaimer for anybody that came in with the raid. We are talking about Black history in Mexico. So there are some topics that are going to be a little bit heavier. If that's not something that you're comfortable with, that is a-okay. By all means, do not worry. I'm not going to get, obviously we're not going to be like anything like in gruesome detail or anything like that. But we are talking about some heavier topics at the beginning before we get to the music. So please keep that in mind. If you need to step away for your own safety, like mental health or whatever, that is okay. So don't worry. But yeah, we are talking about all of that today. So we were just talking about the brief history of Mexico. So I was talking about the history of the slave trade towards Mexico, how it focused mainly on the southern parts of Mexico towards Oaxaca, Veracruz, y Guerrero. Y estamos hablando del presidente that abolished slavery in Mexico, Vicente Guerrero, and how he abolished slavery in 1827, a few years short of his death. And that's kind of where we left off. We also learned about the Mexican War of Independence. Maybe one day. I'm not too heavy into like all history. I only know a lot of this stuff because it was tied into the music aspect of it. Fun fact, for those of you guys that don't know, my musicology part of my degree was focused on the music of Mexico in the 1800s. So my master's thesis was actually written about like this specific topic in this specific country at this specific time. So I know a lot of history about Mexico during this time, mainly because that was what my master's thesis focused on. So I had to do a lot of research. So yeah, we were talking about the Afro-Mestizo population. We were talking about the Afro-Mestizo population and the tercera raíz, or the third root, which is basically the acknowledgement of Afro-Mexicanos as a subculture in Mexico. As a matter of fact, for the first time ever in 2020, the Mexican census actually added Afro-Mexicanos as a possible choice. So for anybody that is American and has ever filled out one of those like questionnaires about what is your race, for the first time in Mexico, they actually added one for Afro-Mexicanos, which is pretty fucking cool. Like it's pretty awesome. So that's like a huge progress. That's huge progress. So we have a lot of those. I hate those forms. I hate those forms too. And the last thing I want to talk about is a huge problem with Afro-Mexican music is the lack of representation in modern days, which is very, very similar across all borders, really. So that's kind of the history summarized, very abbreviated of Afro-Mexicanos. Yeah. So we have a lot of that. Afro-Latino representation. Yes, yes. Afro-Latinos are actually really well represented outside of Mexico, which is interesting. When you look at places like Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, even in places like South America y todo eso, Afro-Latinos are very, very, very well represented. It's a very big part of the culture, especially in the Caribbean, like that area and everything. Like everybody's proud to be Afro-Latino. But when it comes to Mexico, it's a little bit different. The main reason for that as well, in case anybody was curious, the main reason for that is because the Spaniard rule was centralized so much more in Mexico that the identity of Mexicanos, which I'm going to talk about right now, we're about to get into some crazy shit, chat. The identity of Mexicanos was kind of watered down to be more inclusive in a way, in a fucked up way, right? So the Spaniards knew that they would never be able to control the full indigenous population by subjugating them. So by creating that term mestizo that we talked about earlier, or mixed between Spaniard and indigenous, they tried to like elevate these people higher than the native population, but lower than the Spaniards. So that's why they created the caste system. So they kind of brainwashed everybody in the country. To being like, hey, you're special. You're more special than those guys. You're not as special as us, but don't worry, you're more special than those guys. Which is kind of how history works. You make it a common enemy out of a group of people, and the other group will band together, you know? Whoopsie, thank you so much for the follow. Bienvenidos, welcome in. So we have like so much of that. Okay. We're going to talk about some crazy shit right now. This guy, Jose Vasconcelos, is the whole reason that you guys see Mexico the way that you do. Let's talk about it. This is very, very important for today's conversation. I'm going to not let it get too far because I get very passionate about this person in particular. He is a horrible person. I guess I should put like a warning here. This is probably going to be the heaviest part of today's lecture. We're going to be talking about some awful people today, or with this right now for this one slide. So if you want to step back for a little bit, that's completely okay. All right. Jose Vasconcelos was a man that was set in charge by the early Mexican government in the 1800s. He was tasked with the task to unify Mexico under one singular identity. Now, Mexico before this was very, very divided by regions, and even to this day, it is very divided by regions. The different regions had their own kind of like autonomy already. And then when the Spaniard rule came, that didn't help at all anymore. So Jose Vasconcelos was tasked with creating a singular Mexican identity. He wrote a book called La Raza Cósmica, or The Cosmic Race, where he explains that there should be no race of people. There should be no multiple races of people, but that they should all come together to make one universal race. That is the way that he advertised the book. And his ideas was saying, hey guys, race creates so many problems. Let's get rid of this idea of race. And create just one universal race, the cosmic race. Here's the problem. In that idea, he wanted to create a race of people that was, how should I put it, in his eyes, superior, by weeding out the weaker genetics, by weeding out the races of people that he saw as inferior. Because when you make the cosmic race, you of course want to get rid of anything that is not optimal. So, what did that look like? Everybody with fairer skin. Everybody who can achieve great things in sports, who were the smartest, who were the lightest skinned, who were the fastest, the most athletic. Almost this kind of racial Darwinism, in a sense. Yeah, so you guys get the idea. Just to eugenics, yes. So yeah, is this where mejorar la raza comes from? Yes, as a matter of fact. If any of my fellow Mexicanos in the chat, have ever heard your parents say, "No, hay que mejorar la raza," that quote is from this book. It's been washed down now to kind of be not as offensive when you don't think about it, but that's where it came from. That's where it came from. Is that idea of Jose Vasconcelos, because he normalized it. He made it normal. So, for example, in Mexico, if you are somebody of a lighter complexion that is marrying somebody that was of a darker complexion, right, or more indigenous complexion, it would not be uncommon for your parents to tell you, "Hay que mejorar la raza." Like jokingly, no, hay que mejorar la raza. You know, like in English, it translates to, "No, we've got to make our race better," which, yeah, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. Gracias por los 50 bits, Moonlight. Thank you. So that's where this idea came from. As a matter of fact, Jose Vasconcelos was a huge fan of a particular German man, who also wrote a book, who inspired Jose Vasconcelos to write La Raza Cósmica. He was a very, very big fan of his ideas and just wanted to go about things in a little bit more of a subtle way. So that was Jose Vasconcelos. Now, when it comes to Mexico, why is this important? Well, Jose Vasconcelos was actually in charge of the education system. He was in charge of the Mexican identity. So if you've ever heard of mariachi and thought of it as a Mexican identity, when you think of mariachi and you think of that black traje de charro, the charro suit, the black suit with the bells on the side and the big sombrero and the gritos, that was him. The charro suit is something that came from Spain. He combined that with the vaquero identity that was popular in Mexico to create the identity of the mariachi, of machismo, of this Mexico unido. So this universal idea of what a Mexican should be. And that's what he created. Stardust Travel, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. He got real deep in cultural identity. Yes. As a matter of fact, he went to the schools. He brought in dancers and music teachers from Germany, from Russia, from all places in Europe to teach, to make up dance, which you guys probably now know as ballet folclórico. It was a combination of indigenous dance with European dance to start erasing the identity of the indigenous people. He would go to the schools and from preschool start teaching them the Mexican national anthem. He started teaching them bastardized versions of their music. He forced everybody to go to school that was mestizo and would teach them this kind of abridged, like, you want to learn your traditional dance? Yes, be proud to be a Mexican. Here is ballet folclórico. And it was this kind of watered down version that was a combination of that. And the Afro-Latinos were no different. He was working on erasing the identity of the Afro-Latinos at the same time by just oppressing them. He would oppress and erase the indigenous and the Afro-Latinos during this time by usually sending them to live in the south, in places like Oaxaca, that were impoverished and poor and like all of that stuff. So we had like a lot of that different kind of stuff. So as we got to there, we had a lot of different issues. Yeah. So we had this Mexican washing of identity. Now, for all my Mexicanos, I do want to clarify something. Number one, when I first heard this news, when I first heard this news and researched this, I had such an identity crisis because I was like, what do you mean everything that I identified with being Mexican? Everything that I identified with being Mexican was not Mexican. I would like to say a couple of things. First of all, don't stress out. It is still just as Mexican as everything else. This is why learning history is important, because learning history is important because you can see these things, and know what happened, but it's still okay to cherish what you do. I still do mariachi. I still play in mariachi groups, even though it's more of a Spaniard thing. But it is important for me. That's why it was more important for me to learn about my more indigenous roots. My abuelo, for those of you guys that don't know, was my abuelo was more he was more like Aztec, basically. He descended from that group of people. He spoke Nahuatl. He was a Nahuatl. He spoke Nahuatl. My grandma was more of the Spaniard side, so that's what made me want to learn more about it, because that's how you keep the culture alive, right? Knowing both sides. It's okay to know both. So yeah, it was, instead of whitewashing it, it was kind of like a Mexican washing of the identity. Ooh, all right. So that's the heavy stuff out of the way. Before we move on, I just want to ask if there's any questions about anything I've talked about so far. Oh, let me do sources. By the way, this information, the Jose Vasconcelos, that's based off of my own research. The erasure and oppression was based off of two different separate sources that I talked about from UNAM and UDG. And then the rest of the information about the Tercera Raíz were from the same people from UNAM and UDG. So if there's no questions, I'll go ahead and continue. Thank you for this. This is really cool. No problem, Sugar Bite. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. This is so fascinating. This makes me want to go down the rabbit hole of Mexico's history. Dude, there is so much. Ruda, thank you so much for the hydrate. There's so much history that people don't know. One of my favorite articles that I've ever written was based off of the Jarabe Tapatío, which is the Mexican hat dance. That it was basically it's like the song of Mexico, right? Or the Huapango by Arturo Marquez. That's like the song of Mexico. And how Jose Vasconcelos planted all of that to create a fake national identity. As a matter of fact, he even what's it called? He even had deals with countries like the United States. If you guys know like cartoon characters and like the think of the classic depiction of like a Mexican like on a cactus with a sombrero, Vasconcelos was responsible for that, because he thought that if other countries saw Mexicans like that, Mexicans would see themselves like that. There's a semblance of unity in a sense, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm just seeing the parallels of Filipino-Mexican history because there's so much similar in how the national identity was consciously manipulated. Yeah, it's insane. So it's really, really cool. That's awesome, King. Definitely, that's really cool. Speedy Gonzalez, yeah, there would be no Speedy Gonzalez without that, because it was that the depiction of like Mexican identity. Sam Mochi, thank you so much for the follow. Bienvenidos. Welcome to the garden. All right, let's continue. So that's the heavy stuff out of the way. By the way, all of that stuff I mentioned because it's important for us to know. It's important for us to know about the history. But let's carry on with what is African music. So today we're going to be talking about the music that came directly from Africa due to the slave trade to Mexico. So let's talk about African music. African music is usually simplified in various forms and genres to be kind of just percussion music. But there is so much more to it than just that. It's varied culture and music, just like any other country and place. They had various different regions with different styles and sounds and melodies and harmonies and styles. And I said styles twice, but you get what I'm saying. Just like any other country, especially with a continent and country as big as Africa, there's so many different regions with different sounds. Of course there is. And they're all gonna come with their own like little niches and stuff. So, however, one of the strongest, and by the way, this is a source The information I'm getting from this panel is from a source from two gentlemen in UNAM that studied African dialect and music over in Africa. I believe they studied in Kenya. They're the ones that provided me with the next few slides of information. So citing that. Variable ends. Hola, hola. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. So, the three main things that characterize African music is polyrhythm, call and response, and syncopation. For those of you guys that are musicians, you might have heard these terms before. For those of you guys that are not musicians, don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes and teach you guys a little bit about music today. So we're going to learn a little bit about music, so I hope you guys are ready. We're going to talk about polyrhythms first. By the way, ads will be starting soon. Once ads start, I'll probably take a quick break to grab a bottle of water from downstairs. So keep that in mind. Oh, all right. Let me turn off the music for this. Let's talk polyrhythms. Yeah? Let's talk polyrhythms. So, if you're used to Western music, think of the pop music and stuff that you normally listen to. Polyrhythms, you're used to normal rhythms. So what I like to think of is rhythms have basic time signatures. Think of 4/4, 3/4, or 2/4. What does this mean? Well, let me get my ass in front of the screen here. 4/4 means that there's 4 beats in a measure. Think of most popular songs that you listen to are in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 90% of pop music is in 4/4. Billie Jean, do 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 bum bum. That's all 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like most music that you listen to is going to be in 4/4. Then we have 3/4. 3/4 is like a waltz. I like to think of 3/4 as the dance tempo. Yeah? Or the dance time signature. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ba da dee da da dee da 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 dee da da. We have that kind of boom da da boom ba ba. That's a waltz. That's 3/4. It's kind of uneven. Makes you want to move a little bit with it. Yeah. Then we have 2/4. 2/4 is a little bit of a faster one. I like to think of it as march, also kind of like cut time. Bum bum ba-dum. But so we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-ba-da-bum bum ba-da-bum. Right? So it's gonna be 2/4 cut time. That's a monorhythm. There's one rhythm going on at the same time. Polyrhythm and polymeter are 2 or more going on at the same time. So let me get my ass out of the way over here. So, some of the most popular polyrhythms in African music is 3 against 2 or 4 against 3. What does that mean? Well, that means that you have 3 beats, and while 3 beats are happening, you have 2 beats happening at the same time. So here's my 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, or let me clap it. Let's do this here. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then if I play 2 beats against that, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When you combine them, you get this polyrhythm. So it's 2 rhythms layered on top of one another. I have an example here. Let me pull it up. And I can't copy and paste this fucking text. Wait, hold on. Let me pull it up on my other monitor so I can access it a little better. I thought I could copy and paste it. Fuck. Don't worry. It's okay. Technical difficulties. Tech problems plague every teacher. Dude, I'm fucking Unk. This is where my students would be calling me Unk right now, bro. Like, oh my god, Unk can't navigate the fucking slides. No, I promise. It's not like that. It just happens. It just happens, bro. Oh my god, he's so Unk. Stop. Oh my god. All right. Sorry, every time I press Control C to copy stuff, it like it fucking takes my clothes off. I apologize. And boomer maxing is crazy. All right. So I want to show you guys, this is really helpful video. This really helpful video. So let me show you guys this. Let me pull it up for you guys. Boom.
For its amazing use of polyrhythms. Today we're going to learn about a rhythm called kuku. That's right.
So he explains it very well. He explains it very well, but just so I can bring it up. The kuku is an African celebration rhythm. And then we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff, and it's going to be important later. I'll pause and highlight the important parts, okay?
Kuku. So kuku is a celebration rhythm from West Africa. Kuku is traditionally played as a celebration when the woman would come back from the market with food, when the fishermen would come back from fishing. So it's a celebration rhythm, all right? Kuku is a polyrhythm because it makes use of many different parts that come together to make the entire rhythm. All right, let's get started. So the first thing is that we start off with the break. Everybody say break.
Break.
Break. Everybody say break. Everybody say break. We're not moving on until everybody says break. Yes. There we go. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Break is really important. The break is really, really important. It's how you introduce the rhythm. So he's going to go over it right now. Don't forget this word. This is going to be very, very important for our analysis of the Mexican music later, okay?
All right, so break doesn't mean take a water, rest 5 minutes. The break is the signal that lets the drummers and dancers know when to start the rhythm, when to stop the rhythm, and when to transition into different parts of the rhythm and dance. All right, so let's start off. Here's the break for kuku. So when you hear the break, we start.
So that rhythm, let me drum it on my chest. So that rhythm right there is the break. In traditional African music, the break is often used at the beginning of a song to signal to the drummers when to start so that they can all start together. In addition, sometimes there's even different breaks to signal different types of music that the drummers are going to play. So, for example, if you were going to, let's say if you were going to play the kuku, you would play that break. But if you're going to play like a different one, like a kia, you would do a different break, or a kumbe would be a different break as well. So it's a easy way for people and the musicians to signal to other musicians what you're going to be playing. Okay, so that's what the break is. That's what the break is. All right. Speaking of breaks, I'm gonna take a quick break for the ads while we're in ads, and I'm gonna go grab another water bottle. All right. So take a moment, you guys, as well. Stay hydrated. Get some water. Stretch out right now. We're going to continue in just a little bit, okay? So I'm going to take a quick water break during ads. Okay, we back. Oh, by the way, that BRB screen, if you heard the music, I wrote that music as well. So, which also uses polyrhythms, by the way. It also uses polyrhythms, by the way. Polyrhythms were very common of a lot of different civilizations, including the Aztec, the Maya, the different ancient civilizations in Africa. So, fun facts. Never a moment where you don't learn. All right, let's go over to the different parts. So before the break, before the ad break, I guess I should say, we were talking about the drum break, right? Which is basically the part that signals to the other musicians the beginning of the song. We're gonna go over the different parts now. I want to clarify something. In most traditions, whether it's African or the indigenous peoples of Mexico, all of the different people, doesn't matter if you're the Nahuatl, the Mexica, the Aztec, the Huastecos, like doesn't matter. I want to clarify that for them, music was an oral tradition. That's A-U-R-A-L, oral tradition. While in Western music, you're thinking Europe, you're thinking Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, music was a visual tradition or a read tradition. What does that mean? Well, the tradition of Western music is that you learn to read and write music. So you interpret musical notation. That's rhythms, pitches, are graphed on a staff. That's all the way going back to the medieval times with the notation from the monks and the pneumatic notation. Most other places in the world use an oral tradition. That means that you don't learn the music through reading it, you learn it through hearing it, watching it, and performing it. That's why musicians in a lot of different cultures tend to have better ears and a better ear for detail, while musicians in Western cultures tend to be a little bit more fluent in reading, was because of the tradition. So that's how that comes from. No wonder you don't write your music. I am an oral traditionist. But yeah, so a lot of their music when attempted to be notated by Western standards is very difficult to notate. That's why you get things like polyrhythm. Polyrhythm is fucking hard to write. It's hard to write and it's hard to read. But when you're doing it orally, you're learning it part by part. So if you learn first part, you're not worried about reading it or interpreting it. You're just playing what they say. Yeah. So let's go ahead and listen to the first part of the drum. Buenas noches, Mochi. Hi, Spansku. Welcome in. So that's the first part. Here's the second part.
Second part.
So notice how he plays the break before he plays each individual part. So this is actually how you would probably learn to play this music. This is how you would learn to play this music. You would probably get a teacher just like this who would guide you through, you would listen to it and you would play it. Part 3.
That was our break.
Notice how it's pretty simple rhythms. All of them are pretty simple rhythms when they're by themselves. I'm going to fast forward a little bit just for the sake of time and show you guys all parts together and listen to what it sounds like. Notice that it's going to start with a break, by the way. It's going to start with a break. They all line up and feel like puzzle pieces. Now, if you've ever listened to if you've ever listened to music that's like, let's say, cumbias, merengues, stuff like that, that might start sounding a little bit familiar. That might start sounding a little bit familiar because it's a lot of the same stuff that they use. As a matter of fact, this 3 against 2 polyrhythm and this is where it gets really interesting. This 3 against 2 polyrhythm is actually also used in Spain. It's called, in Spain, it's called sesquialtera. It's called a sesquialtera. Yeah? So, the sesquialtera is also a 3 against 2 polyrhythm. Which is why the music of Mexico lined up so well with the music of Africa. Now let's talk about why. The music of Spain came a lot from Africa as well, because it came a lot from the Middle East, and then from the Middle East, it came originally from Africa. So the reason that Mexican music lined up so well, and this was my own kind of discovery, was that, well, not my own discovery, but something I found when I was doing my research, right? I didn't discover this, but it's something I found while I was doing my research, was the really cool thing about it was the Spaniard music and the music that came from Africa, the polyrhythms 3/2 lined up. So that way, when the people tried combining, when the Afro Mexicanos were combining the two styles and genres, they linked up super well. So the people that were coming from Africa, the musicians that were coming from Africa, could carry their tradition on a one-to-one basis and copy it exactly bar for bar. Yeah. So let me show you guys a little bit of sesquialtera. Now. Yeah. El jarabe tapatío. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the time signature here is 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 6. That's the 3. Basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? But in the background, you have the bass. Boom, bum, 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 bum. You have the sesquialtera rhythm going on. The 3 against a 2. There's a polyrhythm. Now, I'm not gonna say that this is a direct influence from the African music, because it's also very much a what's it called? Spanish thing, but it can be traced back to the same roots. With this lineup of time signatures across cultures, is there a chance this is influenced by the Moorish occupation of Spain? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because there's a lot of Arabic and Moorish and like different like Middle Eastern and African influences in Spain, especially with its proximity to Africa. I think oftentimes people also forget how close Spain is to Africa. Now, this next example. All right, good night, Confused Toaster. Hold on. Okay, I have a really fun example for you guys for the last sesquialtera in modern music, okay? I feel like you guys are really gonna like this one. So this is a modern example of sesquialtera and how it gives a Latin feel to any kind of song just through the use of sesquialtera. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. That's a polyrhythm right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dun 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 da 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 da. That's polyrhythm, baby. That's sesquialtera. And then here it goes back to standard. There it goes back to standard. So the name of the song is called "Bulls in the Bronx" by Pierce the Veil. So what did Pierce the Veil do to give it that very Latin feel? They used sesquialtera. They used the same rhythm that the Spanish would use. And that's what gives it that kind of like quote unquote Mexican flair. Yeah. So you guys learning now. You guys are learning now. Okay. I drew a picture of polyrhythms for you guys. Please don't get scared. Please don't get scared. Profesochi's gonna hold your hand through the whole thing. Profesochi's gonna hold your hand through the whole thing and explain what it is. On the screen, I have a picture of polyrhythms. So, I feel my neural pathways forming. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let me break it down for you guys. I'm going to make it super simple. I promise you'll be able to understand. I want you guys to look at this top rhythm right here first. At the one that says 3-4. You guys can't see my arrow, unfortunately. But look at the rhythm at the top that says 3-4. I want you to try to count it with me. Okay? It's very, very simple. We're just going to count a simple bar of 3-4. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you were able to do that, congratulations. You just already learned how to count in 3-4. Now, if you look at the bottom one, we have 6-8. 6-8 is a different time signature. The way you count 6-8 is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you count 6-8. Simple. That's it. That's all you need to know to get a polyrhythm. Now, 3-4 and 6-8 are interesting time signatures because if you look at the fractions, 6-8 simplifies to 3-4. All you need to know is this, right? 3-4 and 6-8 have the same exact amount of beats inside of them. You count them a little differently, but they have the same exact amount of beats. The same way that 3/4 is the same measurement as 6/8. That's it. That's all you need to know. The only difference is where the accent's at. 3 fingers and 4 fingers. Yeah, basically. Can you do the 6/8 again? Yeah. So try it with me. As a matter of fact, we're going to accent. You see those little like things that look like greater than symbols under the notes? Those are called accents. That means you play the note and put a little bit more emphasis on it. So I'm going to do 6/8. If you want to clap and count with me to get a really good feel for it, it's going to help a lot. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 6/8. Now in 3/4, it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now we're going to do one measure of 3/4 into one measure of 6/8. I'm going to do it a few times. And feel free to join when you feel comfortable. All right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Congratulations. You now just did sesquialtera. So in mariachi music, this is used a lot. Da 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 da. Oh, sorry. Da 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 pa 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 pida pa pa da pa 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 pida pa pa da pa 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 pa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. That's it. If you could do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Why does it sound like West Side Story? Because West Side Story uses sesquialtera. Yep. West Side Story uses sesquialtera. Same thing. 6/8 going to 3/4. Now you're hearing it. That's good, though. That's good, Gerald. That means you made a connection. That means you made a connection to something that you've heard before. That's the sesquialtera. Now you're going to be able to hear it in a lot of different songs, especially ones with Latin influence. Yeah, it's really cool. So now polyrhythm would be what you get when you layer them together. So let's say you have a friend and they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you guys clap it at the same time, you'll be able to play a polyrhythm. Polyrhythms are really hard to do by yourself, but they're really easy to do with friends once you get the hang of it. And then on the top, we have a different rhythm. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So we have this kind of rhythm. Bum, 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 That's kind of like an ostinato rhythm. And then below that, you're going to have that. Kind kind of like that. Requiem, thank you so much for gifting a gift sub over to King Crazy, yo. I appreciate it. Muchas gracias. The way this makes music more whimsical than my actual music teacher when I was in 7th grade. Sorry, I couldn't be there. So that's the polyrhythm. It's it. That's all it is. By the way, this is why it's an oral tradition, because it's super easy to hear it. You guys could probably clap this rhythm too. Try clapping it with me. Let's do that polyrhythm on top. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2. Sorry. 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and right. 1, da, da, bam, 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 bam. It's a vibe after a while. You hear it, you're like, oh, it's just a groove. It's just a groove, you know? Now, here's the Spanish sesquialtera. This is the same idea. We have 3/4 against 6/8, 3 against 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And above that, we have 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when we put it together, we get that 3 against 2. That's the Spanish sesquialtera, right? So that's it. That's polyrhythms. That's polyrhythms. So that was a huge influence in African music. Call and response. This one's fun. I like this one. Call and response is super easy. All you got to think about for call and response is somebody says something or somebody sings something, and then somebody responds it back. That's it. That's all it is. So think of songs where somebody sings something and the other person sings it right back to them. That's all call and response is. Nothing more, nothing less. That's very common in a lot of civilizations. A very simple way of learning music. Yeah, I have an example here from the Maasai Mara over in Kenya. So let's check this one out. This is a really cool video. Notice the rhythms that they're going to be using throughout this whole part as well. You're going to hear the call and response in just a second. That's the call and response. You can hear the teacher calling, the students responding. Notice how the music is very danceable. Matter of fact, they start dancing. So that's the call and response. It's really fucking cool. It's really fucking cool. And here's another fun fact for you guys. Music is based off of language. It's based off of dialect, the way you speak. So a lot of the polyrhythms that come from the music of Africa is because of the way and the rhythm at which the language is spoken. So the way that they speak with different dialects, different accents, different languages, right? Different ways that you speak. That influences the way that the music is sung and performed, which is why different countries have different rhythmic qualities to their music because of the way that the language flows. That's why, for example, it's so hard for a rapper that speaks English to rap with the flows from a Japanese artist because it's a completely different language, different rhythmic structure to the way that the words are broken down. As a matter of fact, that's why music like rap has specific flows and specific kind of rhythms to it because it all stems from the original spoken language and dialects, which is really fucking cool, right? Every different language has its own kind of like flow. Is again dialects. Thank you, Mayari. But yeah, so dun 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 dun. It's kind of like the little melody that they have, but that dun 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 while they're all clapping that. Dun 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 bum. The reason call and response, by the way, is so popular in every culture, by the way, is because it's so simple to learn. Somebody calls, somebody responds. 4 against 3. I believe this was just standard because you're not really going against the rhythm. It's kind of more of just like the beat. If there's another rhythmic instrument going on, maybe there might be some hints against about it there, but it's more for just kind of steady. Kind of how accents also bleed into when you change songs to a different language. Exactly, Ria. That is exactly correct. That's why when when you're translating a song, it's so hard to do it properly because you need to translate it not only in a way that makes sense, but also in a way that follows the natural linguistic flow of the original language. Thank you so much for the hydrate, Cynthia. I appreciate you. But yeah, that's a call and response. Um, like I said, every culture does this. If you've ever had to go to church and you do the call and responses, that's still call and response. They do it everywhere. They do it everywhere because it's so easy to learn, right? Here's an example of call and response now in Mexico, which is a direct not just a direct influence from African music, but just an example to show that it's also there. Is this how when you translate certain lyrics to another language, the meanings also slightly changes? That's more to do with language because there's some words that don't translate exactly one to one. But sometimes you have to make a choice when you're doing like lyric translations.